Hey folks, Kolavarix here, and we got a wonderful bit of news today. And that news was 16 new champions released. And I wanted to go over some of these, but I really think one of them is really going to be a sleeper, just absolute demolish everything. And so I'm going to save that one for last. But let's go ahead and start with Tila Gourmet here. Really, I actually think I'm just going to go through and talk about mostly Elder Skark because I kind of have a bone to pick with him. Tila Gourmet in my sleeper. So Tila's over here in Orcs, not champions. Let's go back to Index. Promise I know what I'm doing. I know how to play this game. Doesn't sound like it. Sangar, Tila. Okay, Tila Gourmet. So right off the bat, Tila Gourmet is a support hero, legendary for the Orcs, which is something that's cool because Orcs don't have a lot of support. Got a buff steal on her A1, which is interesting for PvP. Definitely a PvP-oriented character just from that alone. Little on the slow side, base speed, 92. Nothing amazing, but such is life. She'll attack one enemy, place an HP burn for 2 turns, and a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns if the attack is critical. Now, that damage is based on her HP, so the tankier you build her, harder it hits, just like her A1's based on her HP. That's cool stuff. A little bit of support in there as well, so a little bit of healing. And then our third one is stack all enemies. Now, this is interesting because there aren't a lot of heroes that place Leech reliably. I mean, you can argue that Foley does, but Foley's got a 40, 35-ish, I think, percent chance unbooked. And it's just, I don't know. I've heard, I don't have Foley myself, but I've heard from some of my clan members who do that he can be a little hit or miss with it, kind of like Xavier's Poison. Sometimes it loves you, sometimes it doesn't. So Leech is cool, helps with that sustain and healing reduction buff. So really, with the healing reduction and with buff stealing and all the damage being based off HP, definitely a very PvP oriented character. That's cool, it's interesting. Well, like I said, a little slow, which for the arena means they may not be so good, but what do I know? Let's see, moving on. What do we have next? Oh yes, Barbarians. Skarg, yeah. Elder Skarg. Okay. So, where to begin with him? 105 base speed. Okay. We're doing that. Okay. Just bear with me here. High Elves, Arbiter, 110. So yeah, we're 5 below Arbiter. So if you want to address the speed meta, that's not the way to do it. Attacks one enemy, place 30% increased speed buff on this champion if this attack is critical. Increase crit if not. Again, that's why this ability right here is why I pulled back, showed Arbiter. This is not how you handle this. He's a hero that very much, if you just reinforces that speed meta harder. 3 extra hits, HP burn for 2 turns, and True Fear debuff if this attack places all 3 extra hits. And the extra hits are dependent upon each buff the opponent has. So they have 3 buffs, 3 hits, True Fear, and HP burn. With just pure damage increase with books. Again, God, he looks like he hurts. That 1600 attack, yeah, that's gonna suck. And I don't like this ability. It's also bonkers. 60% increased defense buff on this champion for 3 turns. Yes, it's only on him, but this is why it sucks. Places a fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. That's not a percent chance of fear. That's just fear. Sucks to be you. True fear for 1 turn for anyone under block damage buffs. So, oh, that's cute. You're running a Bob the Tower team? Yeah, True Fear and everybody. Sucks to be you. Can't resist it. What are you gonna do? Oh well. Thank you for playing the game. Hope it was fun for you. No, it wasn't. Oh yeah, and that's not enough, because we're also going to put 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns for people under shield buffs, and those debuffs can't be resisted. And by the way, let's just take this down to a 3-turn cooldown, just to top it all off. So we're putting down 3 exceptionally relevant debuffs and an exceptional, let's just say 2, because you're either going to get the fear or the true fear. Unless you can, I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen the testing, because, I haven't pulled them, because, I'm not Bill Gates. Uh, so I don't think you're going to stack the fear and the true fear on top of each other. I think it's going to be one or the other. Regardless, one extremely relevant buff, 2 extremely relevant debuffs on a 3-turn cooldown that can't be resisted. Why? Oh, by the way, we're not done with the BS yet. 15% less damage from legendary champions. This is basically just somebody that says, oh, you've got Arbiter and Hegemon? Well, run Elder Scarg and you'll go from never losing to never ever losing in the arena. Just, it seems a little overkill. But as overkill as that seems, I'm actually really happy with one of the champions they released. It's a Dark Elf. And you're going to be surprised, but follow me on this. Lurker. Lurker is actually, like, in my opinion, the sleeper hit of the patch, because, first of all, you got the whole... I kind of wish Balerion would put in some bowstrings, but I'm going to give their animation team credit here. You guys did a bang-up job with the almost Kabuki style makeup going on there, the just kind of like psycho bloody ranger thing going on. Well done. But I know she can't ascend because she's a common, but bear with me, okay? So you don't get the ascension, but you know what that does? It saves you potions. You save, I don't know, 8 to 10 of the superior potions, which is great because that turns, or the mid-tier potions, which saves you at least one of the top-tier potions. Save a bunch of low tiers. You save the white potions, which can be used for all of these events coming up, like that Molly event. Having to ascend all those champions is really tough, so this champion is actually getting you ahead in that game. So you build a team of 6 6-star lurkers. You don't have to worry about ascensions, so you save all those potions, all of them, which is just money in the bank. I know that she's an attack champion, and 800 attack doesn't sound like a lot, but for a common, it's great. I mean, let's take a look at Ranger here, 815. Let's take a look at Mage Killer, 881. Ignore everything I just said. It's a little bit about average-ish, but you got 672 in defense, which is definitely higher than these other ones. So she's pretty tanky for a 6-star, right? She got 96 base speed, which isn't amazing, but it's a lot better than the legendary Orc. So she's faster than a legendary. She's got pretty average attack for where she's coming, but she's got spectacular defense. She's got 50-ish% more, 40-ish% more defense than the other ones we were looking at, which is great. She comes with 30 resist built in, which is awesome in the arena because you want to resist those debuffs. The 10k HP is not bad either, especially for something that hasn't been ascended. So remember, you're saving the potions. You're getting a fairly tanky attack-based hero, and that doesn't come easy. Plus, she can be played on auto, completely fail-safe. It's impossible to misplay her on auto because she only has one ability. And this ability attacks one enemy one time. Has a 15% chance of placing a 2.5% poison debuff for 2 turns. Now, 2.5% poison on an A1 is something that only somebody like Kale gets. So you're getting a rare ability on a common. And you're saving all the potions. And she's tanky. You can't go wrong with this character. So the first book, now I recommend that if you want to save up with the green shards and open the green shards to get all the lurkers and feed the lurkers a skill book, that's fine. But if I were you, I'd really consider popping the rare skill books into her, because that gets you there faster. So you get 5% damage, 5% damage, 5% damage, 5%, 4 times. That's a total of 20% extra damage. So that 20% extra damage is going to make sure that she hits really hard. All right? And that's consistency. Consistency is something we look for in this game. Consistency is something that, with all the RNG in this game, you really need as much consistency as you can to kind of decrease the ups and downs of that probability curve. I kind of want to smooth that out as much as possible, okay? So not just my background in statistics, but just common sense will tell you that extra 20% damage will really help bring that damage floor up, making her a lot more acceptable to use. Then you've also got the 15% chance boosted to a 25 to a 30% chance of placing a 2.5% poison debuff with the level 6 and level 7 skill books. So you're at a 35% chance of placing a 2.5% poison debuff. That is fantastic for clan boss. I wouldn't really use it in the arena, but it's great on dragon. It's great on anything with a high HP, spider possibly, especially if you can just get that speed really cranked up there high. Just boom, 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 poison, poison, poison. So I'm pretty sure she's going to become the absolute sleeping giant in this release. The legendaries are cool, but let's be honest, you've got a 0.5% chance of pulling them at best from ancient shards. If there's a double percentage, you might get a 1%. But they're adding so many legendaries to the game that as I discussed in my future briefing video, that your ability to reliably pull any given legendary is just dwindling. I mean, we can kiss our chances of pulling a Martyr or a Bad L, just goodbye. Valkyrie, when they're releasing 4 or 5 more legendary champions, that really hits what you can pull. But these common heroes, man, they come from the green shards, and I don't know about you, but I got 3,000 of these bad boys. I got almost 3,000 green shards. So I can just keep shelling those shards until I get all the lurkers that I need. Build literally a 6-star team of 5 lurkers. There's no reason I can't do that. There's no reason you shouldn't do that. So you're going to be able to get this character much more reliably than any legendary. You're going to be able to take this character higher faster because you don't have to worry about the ascensions. You're going to be able to use rare skill books instead of legendary to level them up. It's a win-win. So I want to give a tip of my hat and a hats off and a truly deep thank you to Polarium for taking the time to not just do the modeling, the artist rendering and concept drawing, but also for their balance team to take the time to really tune finely this character and put this character in the game. Because if anything, we need more of these kinds of commons that are just fantastic, usable in almost every area of the game characters. These are accessible by everybody. These really shift the paradigm from saving your sacred shards, saving your ancient shards, saving your void shards, to saying, screw it, let's just shell those green shards because we got to get this lurker. We got to ignore everything else and really focus on this lurker. Because, I mean, Polarium, you guys put so much time into this release that why not, right? Let's reward that effort with trying to go for these awesome characters. And the fact that you're releasing them at low tiers so that everyone can get them, aces in my book. It's really what the free-to-play crowd needs. You know what I mean? So thank you guys so much. Anyway, that about wraps up my sleeping giant tier list, I guess we can call it. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you learned a lot. Go for Lurker. You're not going to regret it. Thank you for giving that to us, Polarium. That was by far the best release, by far the most impactful and important release. And it would not surprise me if Lurker actually took an extra week for this entire release cadence to come out. If she set the whole pace back a whole week, it wouldn't surprise me. She's going to be that impactful to the game, and you can't get on it fast enough. Anyway, this is KolofRx. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoy. If you like my content, don't be afraid. Like, share, subscribe. Come hang out in Discord. Usually there most of the day when I'm slacking off in classes. Joking, professors. Take care of yourselves, all right?